Saying that those who abused you because of who they are does not ignore outside influence from religious leaders. It may sound like a super simplistic answer to say that, your parents did what they did because they are who they are, but complexity doesn't mean correctness. It's not synonymous with it. Like, one of the things that the scriptures deal with is this idea that the reason false teachers and false prophets exist is to test what is in the hearts of the people, to see if their hearts are truly for God or not. Because a false teacher or false prophet is going to be rejected by a person who is after Christ and embraced by somebody who isn't. Like, even in the original video that I made that sparked this whole conversation, you'll see in the comments two dichotomies. You'll see people that say, well, James Dobson is the worst person on the face of the planet, and Focus on the Family is evil incarnate because my parents used their books in order to abuse us. And then on the other side of that, you have people who are perplexed by that reality because they grew up listening to James Dobson, Focus on the Family, and the radio shows and the books and all that, but their parents never abused them. And so you have the same message, but two completely different realities as a result of that. That's where I would really push back and say, is it the message that has power, or does the message only have power because it has something the recipient wants or agrees with? I would say it's the latter. Even when they do interviews with people that have come out of cults and religious trauma, the question, why did you join in the first place? Why did you get caught up with it? The answer to that usually is something along the lines of they were providing something at that moment that I needed, I wanted, I agreed with. And that doesn't mean that the people that get caught up in these things are bad people. It doesn't mean that we don't hold the institutions and organizations and teachers accountable for their bad theology. It's just an acknowledgement that the reason people give themselves over to these kinds of teachings is because it's giving something that they want, that they are lacking in Christ. Because the more you are like Jesus, the more the things that aren't like him are going to have no hold over you. And acknowledging that that's the reason why people hold on to ideologies allows us to look at them with kind eyes. We're able to be more gracious because we don't see what they're doing as being nefarious or controlled by some kind of system that is out of our control and our influence, but rather see what they're doing as out of a lack, out of an incompleteness, where they are not like Christ. Psalm 73 would actually use the language of being wounded. So like when it comes to the instance of my parents, I don't look at my father and my mother and say they're horrible, evil people because of what they did. I can look at them and say they did what they did